your favorite movie?
I don't know.
You have to have a favorite. What comes to mind?
Come on down and chum some of this shit.
What's up, film geeks and freaks? I'm Riley.
I'm Kenny.
I'm Armando.
And welcome to the 4th episode of the What Do We Know podcast.
We're 3 film students talking about movies new and old.
Celebrating our love for film.
And today we have a special guest, a fellow film student, Enrique.
Woo!
We have
Horror movie enthusiast.
enthusiastus.
Yes.
First, let's start off with the film news of this week. The first topic we have for you guys is Scary Movie is officially getting rebooted. Paramount Pictures announced that they will be partnering with the Fast and Furious producer, Neil H. Moritz, to bring the franchise back to theaters in 2025. I watched, I think, all of them up until, like, the Lindsay Lohan. Because I was like, nope, we're not doing that. I think also once they took out Anna Faris and Regina Hall, that's when I was like, oh, I'm not watching this bullshit.
They're the staple of the franchise.
Yeah, Anna, you can't have Scary Movie without Anna Faris. Like,
I'm sorry. And
sure.
honestly, my favorite, I think Regina is, like, to me, and I know it's not serious acting, but to me, that's some of my favorite work. Like, some of my favorite memories was in Scary Movie 2, like, take my strong hand.
Yeah.
And when she's like, talk dirty to me. Do y'all know that catchphrase?
Yeah.
What was it? I'm going to get mine. I'm gonna piss in your face, and I'm gonna fart in your mouth,
I think.
and I'm gonna shit all out these walls,
I'm
right?
gonna shit in your. I forgot how it goes.
I'm gonna piss in your face. I'm gonna fart in your mouth,
mouth.
and I'm gonna shit all on these walls, right? Ooh.
Yeah.
And then she goes, too dirty?
Yeah. I remember that scene.
I will say I'm excited about this, but I will only be excited for it if they get Anna Faris and Regina Hall in.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
they
think
might not. Probably not. I don't think they're interested.
Damn it.
they might not be, but they have so much good material to work with because so many
for sure.
bad horror movies have come out since the last Scary Movie that they can just make fun of.
Exactly.
No, absolutely. I mean, if done properly, then it'll be fine. But I'm really holding out that they can. I mean, even if you got like the Wayans brothers, like if you had
Bro,
part of the original
Haunted
cast,
House.
it would fucking
Hey, what
be.
you doing, man?
It,
Doing this show.
What's up?
was no, and I think also
It doesn't get better than that, bro. Like,
it's also been so long since a Scary Movie's been out, and you do have much more material now with the horror movies that are
And
out.
so many bad ones.
There's so
yeah.
much more like source material to work from.
Yeah, especially now because just in the last 10 years, I don't know when the last one wasn't there a 5th one?
I only remember watching, I think, 4 of them.
I got up to 3. I know I didn't watch the 4th one.
I
Once-
watched,
the last
I watched
one-
the first one. That was it.
The last memorable one was
You've got to watch the second one. It is.
The second one is really good, actually.
I've heard. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll probably watch it.
which one's the World of Worlds one?
I think that's 3.
3.
Because I think also where she's like talking to the Grudge kid. She's
Yeah.
like Kawasaki. Like they're just saying brands. She's like
Kawasaki Yamaha.
Yeah.
Hiroshima Nagasaki.
Right.
Yeah.
Love when he's talking. You're yawning. But I don't know. I feel like that would be fine. But I just want the original cast. I feel like that's the only way that they're going to be able to have an audience. Come back to it.
And if it's coming to theaters next year, then they've got to at least probably have the idea of the cast.
And if not, then they're just gonna a bunch of shitty ass big names that can fucking do it, and
Yeah.
it'll be all right. The next one, what is it? News break? I don't fucking know. The next thing we're gonna talk about is CinemaCon. CinemaCon happened this week in Las Vegas. with impactful sneak peeks to upcoming films. Some of the major announcements that happened this week were Wolverine drops F-bombs in the upcoming Disney film. The Rock comes out to show a sneak peek to Moana 2, and Paramount announces a Transformers G.I. Joe crossover live-action film. CinemaCon was filled with a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
but I was just curious, like, what are the things that, like, we are excited about?
I mean, they showed they showed like a bunch of stuff. It was like it wasn't just trailers. It was a lot of clips too. Like they showed 13 minutes of Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Mhm.
They showed 2 Alien Romulus clips as well.
Yeah.
I
Just
heard
like a
they
whole bunch of
showed
stuff
like
like that.
half an hour of Inside Out 2 or something.
Really? Yeah, no, I mean, they had all the juggernauts. Like, they had Disney, they had Paramount, they had Universal. I mean, everyone's just kind of... It's pretty much a... Let's all flex how big our cocks are and what we have upcoming. That's very much
Well,
what
yeah, but
CinemaCon is.
that's the point of CinemaCon. You're just there to reveal like all your stuff exclusively to the people that showed up. 'Cause
I will...
Yeah.
they didn't release any of this.
No, yeah, I will say, as far as, like, the news break of CinemaCon, I personally was expecting, like, big bombs to drop. Like, I wanted something to be like, holy shit. But then it's just like, oh, this person's... Glenn Powell is going to start a reboot of Stephen King's was it the Running Man? I'm like,
Yeah,
cool.
I don't know.
Like,
And Transformers G.I. Joe crossover.
That's
mean,
going to be interesting.
I don't
yeah,
know.
because of how those
Ridiculous that sounds.
the live action G.I. Joe movies have been less than stellar. I'll say that.
I like the first one. The second one with The Rock was shit.
Nah, that had cool fight scenes.
What?
There's cool fight scenes.
Yeah, with
but
Snake
it's-
Eyes.
Yeah.
But it's
Oh,
just
okay. All
Anything
right.
with him is cool. Sorry.
Snake Eyes, yeah, Snake Eyes.
Oh, I forgot they
what
even
about his-
did
what about
Snake
this whole
Eyes.
movie?
Oh no,
I
I'm not
didn't
talking about
watch
that.
that.
I'm just talking about him in in like the G.I.
G.I.
Joe
Joe 2.
movies. Like everything he does is cool. So
I said they gave him his
I can't
own
wait
movie,
for him to chop
Wow.
off Starscream's head. Love it.
I don't know. And then also, like, pairing it with Transformers, who I feel, as of now, is kind of outside of their prime. Their last one did well.
I feel
but
like they're bringing it back. Ever since Bumblebee, I started to believe
Yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
Transformers again.
Because they're doing it more like the OG cartoon. It's not as Michael Bay.
yeah.
It's less explosions and more like cool robot fights. Like
I feel
Bumblebee was
You can
like
put it that way,
wrapping
yeah.
a chain around him and throwing an anchor to like annihilate a robot.
I also feel like it's now story arcs, which is nice. It's not just like these fucking robots are fighting, and then it's Mark Wahlberg screaming like,
Well, I mean-
"Let me listen."
Bumblebee was pretty much just Haley Steinfeld complaining while John Cena ran around.
As
No,
a head honcho, yeah, trying to take everybody down.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one. I'm also ill-fitted about the Mufasa movie. Like,
All the live action Disney movies are flops.
yeah, I just
Except
don't.
that two.
Except which one?
Except two. That I thought were good.
Which
one
one?
too?
Jungle Book?
Okay.
yeah. But that's not a reimagining. That's an original story. Where was the first one? Cartoon version. Oh wait, you said Jungle Book. I totally heard Jungle Cruise. My bad.
Oh, I was like, what?
But I honestly thought that movie had some bad moments.
Oh, here
Also,
goes
Jungle
another.
Book?
Like it had great CGI, but some of it was kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a movie with a talking bear.
To be fair,
Bare
fair.
necessities
Yeah, so-
with John
What was the
Goodman.
second one? What was the second one?
Beauty and the Beast.
I honestly didn't care for it because of how different it was.
It wasn't like, I don't think it's better than the OG or anything
Yeah.
like that, but as far, if you're comparing the rest,
for
it's
sure.
good.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
I will say,
that is like very watchable compared to the other one.
Yeah.
Agreed, exactly.
I will say in this vein, what we can talk about is I didn't like the Lion King live action.
Yeah, I hated that shit.
My problem
That
with
was
it is that
stupid.
it's going to be live action. That's my number one. Where Disney has gotten better in is like doing the villain stories. So if we think about the Cruella de Vil live action and we think about the Maleficent live actions, like going back into a story that we don't know, that's where they've succeeded in.
Yeah, I heard Cruella did well.
But
Tell us something we don't know.
But I'm saying is that their big ones lately have been those films. My problem is that it's going to be set in that live action Lion King setting that I'm not going to be okay with. I'm sure they could come up with a great story arc of why Mufasa is the way Mufasa is.
But you still can't show emotion on a live action animal.
No.
Yeah, I can't.
Scar, come back.
Yeah, that one I'm just like, oh, y'all could have kept that. I don't know. I just wasn't excited about that. Also, didn't they show clips of like Wolverine, the Wolverine and Deadpool movie? And
I think they just showed a new trailer.
yeah. I don't know. There was hits and misses, but a lot of it's just like, well, cool. Like we didn't get to see any of the fucking.
Yeah.
We didn't get to see.
Yeah, we can't really say much on it. It's just kind of what happened. They showed footage for Captain America, the new
Harrison
one, Brave
Ford.
New World.
Yes.
It showed Harrison Ford as a villain, Thunderbolt, Ross and stuff. They showed Sonic 3 with Shadow in it, which is cool. But you know,
didn't
I
see
mean,
it.
all we can really say is that they showed it. Apparently, it was cool. That's about it.
I feel like this CinemaCon was just like, hey, let's just tease everyone. Let's just say some shit. Because let's be clear, that Transformers G.I. Joe crossover film probably won't even hit theaters till 2026.
Oh, definitely not. Yeah.
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 for sure.
It'll probably definitely take them a bit because there's like it's in the works and they confirmed it. There's no they haven't
There's no
entered
cast, there's no
pre-production.
director.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Yeah.
don't even have a script yet.
Yeah, it's just it's like okay, we're gonna start it. We're gonna
Hey,
get
guys.
the idea.
I have an idea.
Yeah,
That's all that it
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
Like,
That's basically all they got.
I
Yeah.
was just like, oh, okay. Like,
We didn't get to see any of the trailers for CinemaCon, but we did get to see the trailer for Joker 2, which came out.
what finish the rest of it? Joker.
Foyer deux.
Oh. What
Don't
did
look
we
at me.
look it up? What it meant?
It means it's like the Crazy 2 or something like that.
Ooh, French people aren't gonna be happy about that. For our French audience, I don't know what sorry is. Au revoir. I don't know what sorry is in French.
Sorry, you said goodbye.
Oh,
Désolé.
it's same fitting. They're leaving.
Désolé.
Croissant.
Croissant.
Pardon.
Pardon. But this week we did,
Canceled.
or actually, you go back into it.
We watched the
So-
trailer for Joker 2, which it dropped after they teased it earlier the same day.
And it was Joaquin Phoenix doing exactly that, just sitting there laughing.
Yeah, and I am happy to say I actually really enjoyed the trailer.
I liked it too.
I think
Really liked the vibe of it.
Yeah, I think also, I mean, I did not watch the
Joker
first
one?
one. I did not
course.
watch the Joaquin one. Only
Classic Kenny.
Shut up. I think it's just, I don't know. It wasn't my taste level, and I heard great things about it. I just didn't get to it. But I will say, watching this trailer, I don't know what it is, but there's something that's very cinematic about it that I really enjoyed. Where I was like, now I want to see the first one so that I could watch the second one.
Yeah.
Also, what did we think about Gaga as Harley Quinn?
I thought she looked great.
Yeah, she did look good. I don't know her because she didn't really do much. She just said like a couple things and they were dancing.
Yeah,
You know,
and
I mean, that's all that he did, really.
yeah, I know.
but we have a prior movie that
Yeah. In
yeah.
that sense, true. Yes.
Yeah,
But I think that's good because I don't want to see any of the story beats. I don't want to
yeah. I kind of
know
want this
who
to be
she
the
is.
only trailer I watch for the movie.
Yeah.
yeah,
Which is probably what I'm gonna do.
I think that's what I appreciated about this is that there was no clear storyline of what was going to happen. It's just like, hey, this is Joker where he's at right now, and here's a new character, Harley Quinn,
That's a really good. way
and
of putting
here's
it,
some
yeah.
cool scenes that are real cinema. That last shot,
Oh,
whoever decided to put the lipstick
yeah, bro.
on that and then have that camera zoom, like, what is it, like, go a little out of focus so that impeccable.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss.
I also
the
really
great shot.
I am really excited for the way that they do the music in the movie.
That I am a little eerie about.
And I think that the people who are eerie about it are going to be proved wrong when it comes out, and it's very well incorporated into the story.
I don't like musicals.
I don't think it's going to feel like a musical. I think it's going to feel like songs in a movie.
No, and I appreciate that. If you go off of like certain other things, like Dreamgirls. Those are performances that have singers in them.
And
I'm fine.
This is performances, and you can tell in the way that they do it. All of them are set like they're on a stage.
Oh, let's hope so. I didn't know if you were on the film set. I'm so sorry.
I know you can like when you see the trailer, like a lot of those are like their performances that they're doing.
And when we watch this shit in the theater and they do some Sweeney Todd shit, I'm gonna look dead ass at you and be like, "So what's up?"
Oh, if they do that, it's because they're in their minds and they're crazy and they're pretending that they actually are in this world and are singing this song and they think they're on a stage, but really they're in the middle of the street.
I know. I think it's just me. I'm not into musicals. For me, just I don't know. But what is it? There was 15 covers they're doing for this film.
How long is the movie going to be? Probably close to 3 hours.
Because it seems like today's age, like 90 minutes is not a thing. 2 hours is the bare minimum.
Well, especially for a movie like this is going to be like that.
I would understand. Yeah, and this is understandable. I
Like
can take that.
the movie we saw today was not. It was how long?
It was
like
2 hours.
It was
2 hours and
exactly.
1 minute.
Yeah, that's a decent length for a movie.
Yeah, and it didn't feel like 2 hours. I feel like just depending on how the film is going to go. I mean, that's pretty much what it's. When you're sitting in a movie theater and you get to the point where you're like, that's when you're like, okay, this shit's too long. When there's unnecessary stuff, but I will say I'm excited to see Gaga back on the screen, and I'm definitely 1,000%. I will watch the first movie before I watch the second one.
I just love Gaga's voice as well.
No, same. I'm a
Yeah.
huge Gaga stan. I fucking love her to pieces.
Star is Born is one of my favorites.
I can see that.
Like
for you.
movies?
Yeah,
Interesting.
like that's definitely up there for like top sad movies.
Learning a lot about Riley.
Wait, is that it's not in your top 10 letterbox, no?
It's
No,
with,
but
Bradley
like
Cooper, right?
Yeah.
it's like probably like a 4.5. I'd say.
Oh, I haven't seen it because again, I don't like.
Yeah,
musicals.
I've seen it. It's good. It's good.
I'm sure it is.
Cry every time, bawling.
Balling. Okay,
I
cool.
was just like, oh, unfortunate.
You're a fucking asshole. All right, let's cut on that. So for this week's episode, we are reviewing the first Omen. We literally just left the theater, so spoiler warnings ahead. If you guys don't know about the first Omen, it is obviously a prequel to The Omen that came out in the 70s, I believe. Gregory Peck, yes, sir. I don't know who the fuck that is.
To Kill a Mockingbird. He played Atticus.
Famous actor.
That's right. Oh, okay. Don't shit on me. If you guys don't know about the first Omen, or at least with this film alone, the plot follows Margaret, who is an American woman who is sent to work at a church in Rome, who begins to uncover a sinister conspiracy to birth the Antichrist.
Yeah, American woman.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Is
because
it,
she's British?
No, because she's actually from there. Like,
Yeah,
they just
they said
sent
that in
her
the
to
movie.
America.
Oh, to cover her tracks. Oh, I didn't even think about that until now.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
Fuck.
she's really from there.
That's true. Yo, I didn't even think about that. Damn.
Fair point. Probably only good point Riley will make this.
So let's start with like the story arc. Of course, this is a prequel to the franchise The Omen with Damien XYZ.
Yeah.
I think as far as like the story arc, personally, I actually, as far as a prequel goes of a big horror franchise, this was probably one of my favorites. If we're talking prequels,
I did really enjoy it, and I think the story was really good. It was a little predictable, but like I liked the way it played out, especially with like them caring for this one girl, and then it turned out to be her the whole time. You know.
so you predicted that?
Yeah, I figured it was going to be her.
Could you? What were the signs?
The trailer.
Like I'm genuinely
the
asking.
trailer had her giving birth.
I just thought it was her.
Her?
screaming.
I'm pretty sure, didn't it? Didn't the trailer have like the main?
It
character?
showed somebody, but
I think it showed.
her.
It showed.
I think I didn't think it looked like the little girl, so I didn't think that she gave birth in the movie. So I was never actually thinking she was gonna get like raped or whatever, which is like what was gonna happen to whoever was.
So yeah, I went into this movie blind, and I did not come close to predicting that she was another
I didn't.
child.
Yeah, I didn't come close either. But
I didn't
like,
either.
I so I guessed it. So I had the idea in my head because when she got close to what was her name? Carlita.
Carlita, yeah.
Yeah,
Carlita.
like the one that was going to. one theory in my head, because since this is a prequel, right? I had this in my head. They're definitely going to lose because Damien is alive in the original one. So he's going to give birth either way. So what I was thinking was either something will happen to the girl Carlita and they'll use her as like the vessel, right? I had that in my head in the sense of like, oh shit, what if like since they become buddy to like get revenge or like fuck with Margaret, they like kill her off or have an accident with Carlita and they make her. But I didn't think she was like the whole thing with it. I don't know how you predicted the fact that the church was with them the entire time and it went back to her birth.
Oh no, not that at all. I just thought that like you said, I knew they were gonna lose. And I just thought I don't think that they're gonna this 13-year-old whoever is gonna get pregnant and birth a baby.
I didn't not like that necessarily. I just thought it was more the route of it's possible that they could go that route to like make it like, oh shit, right? But I definitely wasn't on board with
I was
like,
I
was
wasn't
just only
expecting it.
thinking that the main character was gonna end up being the like.
I thought she was just gonna die.
The pregnant
like
one.
saving her.
I did think she was gonna die, but I also just thought that she was gonna end up being pregnant. I guess I didn't necessarily think that she was another one of those babies or whatever. I didn't think that. I just thought that she was gonna be the one to get pregnant and whatever.
Oh, okay. No, I mean,
be the one to birth Damien. That's what I thought.
Okay.
That's just what I.
You just didn't think that she was one of the.
Yeah.
What's the word?
Like the chosen ones.
Gorilla.
Yeah. The thing with the
Unagi?
666.
Yeah. No, I think it was just I didn't expect much of it. I think once it started unveiling, it was like when she blacked out. Like I was like, oh, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
And when
started,
like when things started unraveling, I was like, oh, Luz is a fucking tramp. Fuck her. Like she was like, oh, it's our secret. I was like, you heathen little bitch.
Yeah.
And I was like,
whore.
I was
a whore.
I was confused because like the next morning she was like, "What happened?" and nobody was telling her. I was like, "I want to know what happened." And
same. I thought that was like if anything, because again the guy looked deranged. Remember, like when she spawned him on the streetway later on.
Pablo.
I thought, Pablo.
I thought Lou might have done something to him.
No, I thought because at that point there was shit going on in her head. She got like a little too wild.
Well, yeah,
and he seemed like a genuine dude at the time. Like he was like talking to her and laughing and whatnot. So I thought she did like some insane ass shit, and homie was like got petrified.
Also, let's be clear:
like that,
the last scene of them in that nightclub was her licking his face.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It blacked out.
Thank you, because like I saw it and I'm like, oh shit, she did.
Because he was right away. He was like, oh, too freaky.
Honestly, I even thought in my head he might she might have killed him because we didn't see him again up until that scene. I had that in the back of my head. I was like, yo, what if she killed him?
No, I get that.
I wonder what happened to Lou's guy.
I mean, he was part of the cult.
Yeah, he was there. Yeah,
he was there.
I missed that.
He was the one that when they were leaving at the end,
he went back to go flame it.
Like flame it. He dropped the match.
Oh, that was
him.
It was.
Yeah, that was him. Yeah, he was the one that dropped the flames in that one. I just feel like as far as if we're talking about this whole film, as far as like a full story arc, like one, I didn't see any of that shit coming. Two, I was like, what a way to go about it. As far as like birthing Damien, I'm like, well, that's actually a really clever way to go about it because a lot of the film put emphasis on Carlita. Even on the trailer, it's all about Carlita. She is the one that's going crazy. That's the one that's going to obviously birth Damien. For them to actually convince most of the audience that it was going to be her and then flip the script, I said, that's wild.
I like how they like implemented like, oh, the big thing that they're supposed to prevent already happened like towards the beginning of the movie and it was right in front of your eyes.
Damn.
Yes.
Hey, fair ass point. Yeah,
same.
it already happened.
I feel like a lot of the points were like realistic where it's just like, oh shit, I didn't notice that. Like it was there the whole time.
Because I also think like in terms of like the story, everything made sense because it's kind of like what you said. It already happened, so a lot of it is just kind of like showing you like it being right in front of you, but not as clear because it's all just like everything goes off and everything has a reason. So it's like X, Y, and Z reason happens because of this,
Right.
this, and that. You know.
You're putting puzzle pieces together. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, that's not the picture, and
Yeah.
you have to reframe it
Yo,
all.
And
Exactly,
now,
exactly.
If you,
You're like,
if you rewatched it, it would be so
Yeah.
much different because of like her being like, "You're the bravest girl I know." Right before she knows that she's putting her like
Yeah.
Scumbags, all of them.
like all these people are like placed like
Yeah.
Strategically. I just feel like as far if the story arc was just it was impeccable. Like I'm sorry, like if we're gonna go back to prequels, and we've all seen the Amityville prequels, we've all seen the Haunting
In
prequels.
terms of that, yeah, it all. I think it all
The
makes
Conjuring
sense.
prequel.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think like, and it's crazy that this one I didn't even know this movie was coming out until you told me. I was like, I didn't even know they were doing an Omen prequel.
I know
To
you
be
guys.
honest,
I know you guys haven't watched Nun 2, but after watching Nun 2 and then watching this movie is such a big refresher.
I get it. I will say also like as far as the like, of course this is in the horror genre, so we'd be like remiss to not talk about the jump scares and stuff.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I just feel like there was a couple jump scares, but I just feel like the whole time it was just fucking with me psychologically. Like I was just like, I don't know.
I don't know if you guys peeped it, but there were moments in the sound, like the sound where I went, "Wait, is that the,
Is that behind me?
Yeah, is that the behind me?" Because it had like the when she's kind of like having like these episodes.
She's like,
there's like these like.
It's all- yeah.
and it's like you know,
Yeah,
dude.
are you sure the theater wasn't haunted?
shut the fuck up. yo, the sound mixer,
I hope.
props.
I hope.
No, the sound mixer, props. Because for him to like just only put emphasis in like one side of the sound, because like
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It like switched whenever
Like,
she like turned.
the
or
little
whatever.
giggles and the like,
Yeah.
who said that? I was like, oh hell to the no. Like
Yeah, that who said that?
I just
scene
feel
was-
like the whole thing.
it was so silent.
Yes, I did not like it.
There was one jump scare in the movie I thought was really good, and it was the one where she gets in the car crash.
I don't consider that a jump scare. Like
It is.
That was
because
just kind of like,
she's
oh
like-
fuck.
she's like, "What's wrong with me?" And then a car just crashes into them.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I
That one
I was
actually,
like, oh!
it actually like
Yeah.
subdued my expectations, and like I was not expecting a jump scare there versus like the other ones, like the person with the clothes on the wall. I was expecting a jump scare, and the
that
guys,
one fucked me.
the guys,
Now
the
that
guys,
one was spooky because like the
but
thing
you
is,
were expecting a jump scare, even though
Yeah.
it was well
Oh
performed.
yeah, true.
Yeah,
you were
I
get
expecting
that.
one.
yeah. So that's my thing because it's you can see it coming, and here's the thing: nowadays, how many horror movies are out there? Like a bunch.
7,000.
It's really difficult to pull off like an
You have the
original
exact
jump
number.
scare. Like an original jump scare.
No,
It's
absolutely.
insanely difficult. Like you
Yeah.
can see all of them coming from a mile away.
Because
Every
the
single
Haunting
trope.
of Hill House had one I never saw coming. That show was impeccable.
But I will say this because there's the little cues with horror movies like when there's complete silence, you know something's coming.
Yeah,
I
but
was not expecting the pregnancy jump scare.
Yeah, no, that fucked me.
The birthing
Oh,
one.
bleh.
Yeah.
I wouldn't really call it a jump scare. That's more of just built tension.
But I think that's what just like the whole movie in a whole was just fucking with me in my head. I was just like, oh, I don't want this. Like I also saw The Exorcist Believer that came out last year, I believe, and just comparing it, like it's just this one was just really fucking with me as a whole. Like
yeah.
I was just like, nah. I
Also,
don't know.
because this one actually gave explanation. Exorcist Believer did nothing. It was just, oh, the girls, yeah.
Did
No,
you see
no,
that one?
dead ass. Like,
Yeah.
have you seen it?
I saw
They
it.
don't explain what happened to them. It's kind of just, yeah, they were possessed.
They went into a hole and
Yeah,
came out.
I
out
guess
as
they got
demons.
kind of murked, but they're cool now, I
Right.
guess. And then the dad is a dumbass.
Rip it.
Yeah, he said, see ya.
You done fucked up, sir. No, but I just feel like I will say like it wasn't the scariest movie I've seen, but it did fuck with
Yeah,
me.
no,
a whole
Especially
lot.
for something that's unoriginal too.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Like for an idea that we all walked in with the idea of what it was going to be. Like we all
have
know.
very low hopes for this movie. I think.
Same. The next thing I really want to hit on, Nell Tiger Free.
Oh, she
That
did-
bitch?
Yeah, she did great, bro.
especially after the car crash.
Oh,
yeah.
I said
Uh,
someone
that
get
was like
her.
that was like an uncut shot of just like they
Yeah.
just told her
Go
crazy.
wild, go wild.
Transform. If you can do like a transform on camera for us,
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you just like Imagine you've just lost your sanity. Go.
And the fact that she pulled that out her
See,
ass.
imagine
Yeah.
Satan is creeping from your womb into every one of your limbs.
And your water
Yeah.
breaks.
And your water breaks, and you're about to give birth.
To the Antichrist.
Yeah.
Also, why name it Damien? Don't know why. Anyways, I
Because
just
Damien is a demon is like in the word Damien.
oh.
Yeah.
A good one of the reveals as well was the fact it was 2 babies. I thought that was actually
Yes.
really good.
Yeah.
Is that in the original? Does anybody know that?
I mean,
No,
no,
there's no
they
mention.
totally
Well, here's the
retconned it for this movie,
Well,
but
well, here's the thing with the original Omen movie. It starts off with how they bring Damien to that pregnant woman
The
who
new-
lost
the
her.
new parents.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
pretty much in the original, it starts off with this
The
couple
baby swap.
having a baby. Yes,
Yeah.
and they swap. Initially, I will say, like, basically by the end of the movie, what you find out is that
Damien
they
was the-
killed that baby and just replaced it
Yeah,
with Damien. They
yeah.
said the baby died, but what they found out was they dug the body up, like
Did
in the
parents
original.
know?
Huh?
Did the parents know?
The parents. So the father,
that's in the
the
movie.
father knew that the baby that his wife just birthed died. That's what he knew. And the doctor was like, "You should replace it. You should adopt this one because the mother just died of childbirth."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Cool." And that's how Damon came into play.
Gotcha.
Now, in that film, what they find out is that once they dug up, I think, the baby's body, they found out that there was a shattered skull. So they found out that
That's how they killed
they
the baby.
killed the baby. It wasn't that the baby died. The baby got killed, and then
Yeah.
they gave him Damien.
That
So
is-
when they're in the car with Damien at the end, driving by, they have like the picture of who they're giving it to. That's the original characters of the Omen. Like, it's tied
Yeah,
in.
like the guy that they were saying this is the new priest
that
or
was
father.
that was the dad.
That was
Yeah,
Gregory Peck.
that was Gregory Peck.
Yeah.
In the first one.
It really looped. It tied it like.
I say
No. Like this is like
This is-
super lore establishing.
Yes.
Now, like if you want like pick any horror movie and you want to establish lore and history for those people, this is the way to do it.
No,
in my opinion.
I completely agree. This is 1000% the way to do it. But I just kudos to Nell, because that acting was.
No, she was
top
really good
fucking notch.
in the movie.
I
Like, just
think-
in general.
I think also just like the way she reacted, like when she had originally met Carlita and got licked, like she gave a natural reaction to what any of us would do when a child licks your fucking
Yeah.
face. Also, side note, why is Carlita 8 inches taller than every other little girl on that?
I was gonna say that it's Carlita. I think
I said that bitch is big.
but I think there was meant to be
yeah,
an
she's
age
definitely like the
difference.
oldest.
Everybody
one.
is 10 and she's 16. Like,
Yeah.
it just threw me off. But that I'll let that one slide. But I will say,
I thought all the acting was pretty good in it.
Oh no, all of it.
I'll agree. But the car scene, really, I said that bitch.
Yeah.
She gon'
Oh no, she.
That's
yeah.
her big one.
Yeah, that's her.
One of the things I loved in the movie was the special effects. Except for the fire, like the like
Oh, you're not
hand
joking?
coming out of the like vagina.
Yeah, I thought it was being sarcastic.
And the cutting of the belly, and
Yeah, all really
the
good.
burnt woman. All of that was just so good.
Let's revert back to the burnt woman. What was the argument? You said the SFX for the flames.
Oh, for when she first came, I'm talking about like after she
At
was
the
burnt and it was like the dark room and she came out and she was a corpse.
Yeah.
But when she first self-immolated and hung herself, the fire was just an effect on top
Okay.
of her body.
No, I understand.
And I did not care for that one. I was just like, oh, all the effects are so good. And then this one, they didn't have the budget to do like a fire, so they just threw the fire effect over the video. And
That's also, I'll be honest, that's such a film student.
Thing.
it's
yeah.
also like an editor thing.
Yeah.
I'd
I
argue that.
guess.
Yeah.
I was just kind of focusing on the fact that she was like hung. I mean, like,
That she
it
doused
looked
herself in
fine.
gasoline.
I looked good when she started hanging,
I
and,
didn't
you could
notice,
see it
yeah.
started becoming a dummy and was just a dummy on fire.
No,
and
I
it was
know.
real fire.
I-
But when it was the digital fire, I didn't.
You talking about initially when she lit herself on fire?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it spread from like the bottom, and now
It was just
I
like
caught
in a
it.
millisecond.
It was
I-
like a linear, just like.
So I caught
I
it.
feel like that was just an editing choice, though. Like, are you saying like the speed that she like?
No, it
this-
was literally
the way it looked.
The way it looked was
Oh,
not
okay.
was not organic. But I think also
It went up at a steady pace. Like fire
Yeah.
it would have.
Okay, so that's my point. I think that's just an editing choice, like in the sense of like just to give the effect that like the fire not supposed to be natural. Like it's just
I
kind
mean,
of like
in the sense that it didn't like go.
I
up
get what you're saying. I just think
in
that's
a flame way.
yeah. I think that's I think that's on purpose.
It doesn't look real.
Yeah, I understand. I just think that movies do that all the time. It's to give the effect that it's not natural.
Well, it took me out of the movie because I thought it looked digital.
No, I see that now. Looking back on it now, I see what you're talking about. But I think also me and Armando are on the same line where it's just like whenever I feel like me and you are similar, and when we watch a movie, we're in it. Like I'm there.
Yeah,
And it's hard to take me
I
out.
try to get in it, and it's just something like that is what throws me out.
I do feel like you did have one foot in the door. Like when it was when we were gonna go see it, like it was kind of like because I was about it too. I was like,
so here's the thing, like I can't I spotted like things that I'm like it didn't look great all the time, but for example that like I can understand, but it just doesn't look as
that was
good.
the only thing that didn't look good.
Yeah,
I
I was
thought the
gonna
rest
say
of it looked great.
Yeah,
I can't think of another thing that didn't look good.
when you initially said the fire scene, I thought you were talking about the end fire scene. I was like, I actually like that.
No, not that. Just the first one and just that one part.
No, yeah, but like it just that in the sense like like could that have looked better? Sure, but again, I wasn't like as long as it doesn't look as like it doesn't look like awful. I've seen worse fire in movies. Where it's
That's
just
true.
kind
I've
of like
seen worse for sure.
know, so,
it was
Iron Man 1.
when I compared to the rest of the movie, it's just a scene will be jarring.
yeah.
Right.
But I don't know. I was just kind of like this is more just like a person thing. Like maybe other people felt differently, but just I was just like. Whoa! And everybody was freaking the fuck out. I was just thinking, I was like, "Yo, what the fuck is this?"
Do we also?
Because I was just thinking of like, what the fuck is like happening now? You know, I wasn't really thinking about anything else.
Right.
I was just like, what is happening?
Does anyone have any what is it called? Does anybody have any context as to why at the end scene the devil I'm pursuing was a jackal?
Oh yeah, I perceived it as Anubis. I was like, that looked like Anubis. It kind of looked like a dog.
I don't know if that's. I also.
I was about to ask Riley. I was like, why is there just like a random creature burning with the tongue?
I think that's just like a demon. I think that
Yeah.
because like hell is fire. What was she surrounded for? Like by fire.
Right.
I think that's just like a perceive it how you want. If she's
That is
looking-
the creature that did have sex with her, though.
Well, they say that's They say that's how you get the Antichrist. You have to.
No.
breed.
He's just saying that like he thinks
So
that like
the-
that's Satan. Like, are you saying that?
No, I don't think that that's Satan. I think that is a creature that the
Impregnates.
they made. Like
But isn't Satan the one that's supposed to be like birthing?
Yeah.
Like it's Satan's kid.
I will say I
And,
don't.
like Damien is known as the devil's son.
But I think it would be not the devil itself. It would be more maybe the devil's spirit goes into the creature they made, impregnates. and
This
that's
is
how it's
also
Well, I don't know. Satan.
I definitely I like the theory of like it's being the actual devil's son over the fact that it was like a creature in the
Well, I don't know. That's just like how it goes in the original.
I think it's just like how you
It's like the
perceive
son
it.
of the Antichrist.
But also, let's be clear: if we were knowledgeable in like Antichrist, like
yeah,
we
that's
probably
what
would-
I'm saying.
I'm
knowledgeable,
not,
so I don't
so
know.
I don't know.
Like, I don't know if
What
your thing of like he sends in a hellhound.
I,
Right.
just- I think
I don't know
one
the
of the
first
thing-
one.
I think one of the things is that the devil can't actually get to the real world.
I just don't know.
I guess
Well,
it's all
actually, him
perception.
obviously probably not. I just think
And that's
it's
why
the
they have to
incarnation.
birth the Antichrist. Because they can only get the devil's spirit into the world, and then they have to make a physical manifestation. Like if you remember in Hereditary, how they're trying to summon Pagan or Pagan
Through
or
Right.
my
whatever,
granddaughter.
and
yeah.
they have to do it by getting like the male or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And they have to manifest it in a
Through
way
that.
that they can transport the spirit. They can't actually do it in a particular way.
I get that. I mean, I just feel like because we're not knowledgeable in that, maybe it's just up to
I just
our
think,
perception.
I just think it was a perception thing. I don't think it was like again because
But anyone who is knowledgeable in that would probably connect
would
dots.
probably,
So do you
but
think
also
that was
like
an actual
go
creature,
away.
or do you think that was just a vision?
I think I don't think that thing was actually there physically, or that is like the
So what do you think impregnated her?
I was gonna ask
Satan, like not him himself, just some kind of like incarnation
Being.
manifestation like of him, whether it be a devil dog if you want to take it that
So
way,
you
or
do
just
think he was there?
Okay, so
not actually there. Like
She did
I don't
have
think like
visions.
I don't know. Like if maybe he was there. I don't know how
Because
fucking
we
Satan
saw it
incarnation.
grabbing her. It touched her belly.
Yeah.
we saw it.
But
There was something there.
but
What- and you
wait, are
think-
you no?
And do you
Because
think
like
that was Satan?
I don't think it was meant to be taken literal though. I don't think it was like. I think it's one of those things where it's supposed to be like not an analogy. Like I don't know how to explain it. It's like I don't think he was necessarily actually there. I think that was just kind of like for crap. I don't know the word.
Can
like,
we-
it's showing like it's
Imagery?
showing that to give you a representation of what's happening. Like the devil is.
Symbolism?
Yes, thank you.
You
Thank
thought it
you.
was a
Jesus
metaphor?
Christ! You went around your ass for that?
Yeah,
Symbolism.
I would
Jesus
have to
Christ.
say that
I don't even know if symbolism is the right word.
I do disagree. I do think that was there in the movie.
So,
She was-
so you're saying like Satan actually manifested physically?
He's not saying that
I-
was Satan.
I don't think that was Satan.
He's saying that he thought that was a creature manifested by the church to impregnate Margaret.
They
I
kept
don't-
on talking about it as some beast, some creature. They called it a jackal in the movie.
Oh,
I didn't
They
that's
did.
why I asked.
Yeah, they
That's why I was
did.
like, why
They
is that a
did.
jackal?
also had-
Like they're talking about like the guy that is the guy from The Witch. He was talking about how they have this beast and it's like a jackal of sorts that they have raped the girl or whatever.
I think it was like actually there. I think it was just like an incarnation. Like I don't think like
And
again. I don't think
It's
they
fair
have
to
an
say,
actual.
I just think it was different.
I don't think they have an actual beast on a leash, and it's
So
like
you-
go.
So your theory is that Satan was there physically.
Now I don't know necessarily if him. I just my main thing is I just don't think he's actually there. I feel like when they show us the hand in like the shadow, it's supposed to be just like his presence and like just like that is what it is. Why do you think in like Hereditary, just other movies in general, sometimes they don't show anything and they just show like the person like
Freaking out.
like freaking out.
Like
Because
it's a ghost.
Do you think she got pregnant like a Jesus pregnancy?
But also, let's be clear: this bitch got pregnant
Maybe.
and then had a baby.
I'm
at
saying
like
is
6
that
days.
Kind
there
of.
was no actual impregnator.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
That's,
no, like,
that's what I was confused about.
okay,
Because I didn't know whether you
put it this
actually
way.
think she
Put it
was
this way. Put it
impregnated.
this way. She was standing there and the baby just.
Yeah.
Well,
that's
no,
what I'm
no,
saying.
she was impregnated on the night where she was tied.
No,
to
no,
the
no.
table.
I'm just saying, like in the perspective of like it just grew.
Well,
like,
that-
it was
That's just
kinda
because
like-
it was a devil.
But that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Like, she basically got impregnated and then had these twins a couple days later.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
think
not.
it was like a week. Or
Yeah, I also
There-
just
yeah.
think, in my opinion, like if you can actually physically manifest some kind of demon, whether it be Satan or Jackal or some shit, why the fuck do you need to birth the Antichrist child? You have the real threat right there.
Right.
I
Take a
think it's
fucking
be-
picture of it and be like, yo, I have this in my basement. Look, believe in Christ again. Like, why do you need to
Yeah, I
birth a
do.
baby
That was the
if
only.
you have an actual beast?
That
you
was
can
the
summon?
only thing that threw me off as far. The only thing that threw me off
Well,
with the
I think
story
you
arc
have to
was that
watch
there
the
wasn't.
Omen to understand
Yeah, but
why Damien is a different from just a jackal.
But my
Well,
point
no, I
is
get that.
because in the sense of this movie, their whole purpose for doing this is because they want people to have faith in the church again, because everybody is like not believing. So if they have a physical way to manifest a Satan devil, why do you not just be like,
Use
yo,
that.
either go rain hell on top of like normal people, or take a damn camera and say, look, he's real, guys, start believing. Well, why birth a child? That's
As
what I'm
far-
saying. I think
Because
I
the
don't
child
think it's
can
actually.
perform miracles and shit.
Well, what?
he didn't perform any miracles in the original.
They
Yeah,
cause people to kill themselves and shit.
you call it a miracle.
Well, he is a son of.
That's all I was
Alright,
like.
good to know Riley's.
No, but that was the I will say that was the only thing that lacked. Like, the only thing that lacked in this film for me was that you have this creature, but there's no background on that. Like, why? Like, yes,
That
we got
was-
a
I wish
reason.
we did get more background on
Yeah.
it, so we wouldn't have to. Have
But I'm
this
saying is that we
conversation.
actually had a line of
I-
why they want to make the Antichrist, but
Well, I don't think you need a whole lie. It's supposed to be just a demon or Satan. I don't think there's much to it. I just think it's just like again, I'm just saying it because if he was actually there physically, I don't get why they would need Damien. Because again, I'm just going based off what they said, because they're doing this because they think they're good people. They're like,
Right.
bro, we're doing this for the good of people. You shouldn't actually want a child out here telling people to kill themselves. If you just really want people to believe in the church, take a damn picture of your physical demon that you keep in your basement and show it to the public saying, look, the Antichrist is real. Believe in the church. There.
Well, they're
Problem solved.
like the bad church. Even the guy talks about.
But the plot, but they themselves, like the villains, in terms of the motive, like if I'm
But
the guy,
their motives are also that they get it by bad intentions and bad ways.
I don't know what's more bad than unleashing a physical demon up into the world.
Well, we don't see what Damien's full capabilities as
They
the
don't, yeah.
Antichrist are. All right, so what our letterbox grade as always. Let's start with Enrique over there.
I gave it a 4.
4. All right.
Yeah, I'll give it a 4. I think it's a really well done prequel as far as like just horror nowadays goes, since they're always hit or miss, and most of the time they're misses or just mid. Like it's just like, oh, okay. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I'm gonna piggyback on that. I actually gave it a 4, and I think also because in the last couple of years, like I've just seen so many bad horror movies that even if this one was bad, it is miles away from The Exorcist Believer. Like just many. Like
that's what I'm saying.
I could name 20 of them right now. I think this is a good horror movie, and the last good horror movie I've seen was probably Hereditary. So 4 stars for me.
I'll probably give it a 3.5. I really liked the movie. I thought so much of it was really great. I loved special effects, the practical special effects. But some things missed. But 3.5.
3.5 isn't a bad score.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
No.
All right, and to end this episode, we've done a couple things in the past. This one, since we have our special guest Enrique, we're gonna do our favorite horror movie.
I think you should start.
Yeah.
I'll start. Okay, I'll go ahead and say that my favorite horror movie is Alien, the original one. I'll say that's just it's in my top 4. And so I'll probably put that as my favorite horror movie. I've probably seen it the most times of any horror movie. And I love the acting. The visual effects in it still hold up today. And yeah.
It's facts.
That's facts. My favorite horror movie? I think... I mean, it's a dead giveaway and it's probably generic, but the original Scream. And not because it was like the scariest movie I've ever seen. Like I've seen scarier movies, but I just feel like if you're going to take the horror genre and make it fun, that kind of takes the cake. And also what I like about Scream is the whodunit aspect of it.
So the first watch of Scream OG.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just think there was a lot of things that happened in that film alone that shaped horror for the coming years, and then it launched especially within just the couple of years that it was out, it launched that franchise plus things like with Kevin Williamson, like the I Know We Did Last Summer franchise and yada yada. But for me, it's always going to be the OG Scream.
Great choice.
Yeah,
It was a good choice. For me, probably OG Halloween. At the first one, John Carpenter, Jamie Lee Curtis. It's a classic. It knows what it is, and it's just kind of like, I don't know. It's just very classic. It's very simple. It doesn't do too much. Later franchise films, but the original is just like it's a very self-contained story, and it works like by itself, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like if they didn't do any other movies, I still call it like amazing, because like the ending is just so classic. It just ends on that. You don't know. So
Yeah.
You didn't like Resurrection? No, I'm sure.
H2O.
The Busta Rhymes one.
I like the.
Did you even see the Resurrection one?
It's pretty. It takes place.
It's so funny.
It
I
takes
love
place.
it.
It's like an
is that the
MTV
one with Paul Rudd?
It's like an MTV show. I think
What?
it is. It's like an MTV show. They're
Paul
just
Rudd
like-
is. I know Paul Rudd is.
Wait,
is
how's
one of
Paul
them.
Rudd in that? Where was Paul Rudd in Halloween Resurrection? Or
He was in
He's
one of
just-
the later ones.
I
Don't
think
quote
he's
me if
just-
it was in that one. I don't know. I know he was in one of them.
that.
I don't
I think
remember
he was in
that.
one of them. He was in one of them.
I think he definitely is in one of them.
No, I've seen it. Like it was playing on TV on AMC one Halloween. I remember.
There's
One of
I
Busta
promise,
Rhymes is
look
like
it
the
up.
one Busta Rhymes is
it's
great.
like there's a house with Michael
With-
Myers in it. We're gonna go in and try to find him. And it's just a bunch of people with like GoPros, and they're just like going to try to find Michael Myers in the house.
Also, it has one of the most memorable scores in my opinion.
The Resurrection. I'm
No,
sorry.
no, it's Halloween in general.
I was like the one with Tyra
yeah,
Banks.
that's a great.
So we did confirm Paul Rudd is not in those later ones. He's in Halloween: The Curse of Michael Myers, the one that came out in '95.
There you go. There you go.
So, but please, the Resurrection one is you will hate it, but you will love it at the same time. But anyways, Enrique, what is yours?
Ugh. This is like choosing among like thousands of children.
I
And, like,
know.
it's so hard, but recently I've watched The Last Voyage of the Meteor, and it's a chapter out of the Bram Stoker Dracula book where he travels from Transylvania to New England, and his the captain's log is what it goes through the entire movie. And I don't know, I'm a big classic monsters fan, and like that like made me feel like a little kid again watching like, you know, my favorite horror movie, my favorite horror monsters on screen.
Right.
And I like the way they portrayed Dracula a lot in that film.
Okay.
It's also part of the Universal's Dark Universe, which I didn't know. Which is
Wait,
also
they really did promote it like that?
No, the only movies right now is The Mummy, Invisible Man, and then The Last Voyage of the Demeter.
How many times did you see it in the theater?
5 times.
Yeah,
5 times?
Wait,
Hey,
really?
hey,
I didn't even
props.
know it hit theaters. I just thought.
No, it hit theaters. Yeah.
Oh, when I saw it, I didn't watch it, but
I watched it either. Like it looked cool.
When I saw the
I
ads
watched
pop up, I thought it was a direct to video. I didn't know because I heard no word about it at all.
that was a big discussion. Was that like
It wasn't marketed.
Universal really
Who knows
messed
The
with
Last
that.
Voyage of the Meteor is a Dracula movie?
That's
Nobody.
true. I thought it was like a
You can-
vampire
you can-
boat movie.
I mean, that's pretty accurate.
Oh shit! It's like Ghost Ship, but
No,
vampires.
I don't remember. I
Ghost
think in the
ship.
trailer. I think in the trailer
Ghost
they
ship,
did say that it was Dracula, or I don't
think
know.
it
I
did.
think it was
I
just
think
a
it did.
vampire. I don't know. I could be
I think
wrong.
The
it
I'm
might
not
be
saying-
marketing,
Dracula.
the marketing was not great.
Yeah, the
No,
marketing
when I
was
saw
like
the
that.
poster, it looked like a gargoyle on
No,
the ship,
we're
and I
talking
was
about-
like,
He was saying whether the trailer said it or not. And
"Oh, I
think-
didn't watch the
I
trailer."
think the trailer
I don't
did
know.
say
I don't
Dracula.
remember, to be honest with you.
I will say, like, it's very like not a lot of people received it pretty well. It's just I'm a huge classic monster fan.
and I'm also somebody as far as like a horror fan, like the ones that people typically don't like. I'm like, it was great. Like I could watch I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah.
I really could. I could watch the
Sarah
Screams.
Michelle Gellar.
I fucking yes. Scream 2 with Sarah Michelle Gellar. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I can rewatch that shit. So it's just like all the funny ones. Like it doesn't have to be classically horror or scary. I find enjoyment in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Basket Case. Have you seen that?
Have you-
seen
have-
Basket
We're
Case?
gonna put that up on the screen right now. That's a terrible movie.
Basket Case.
Have we seen Teeth?
Oh, vagina dentata, vagina dentata.
And that's the episode. We're ending it with Teeth right now.
What is going on? I don't know.
Have you not seen Teeth?
I haven't seen any of these motherfucking movies that you guys.
You
just
gotta
named.
watch Basket Case.
I think Teeth.
Teeth is about a girl who has teeth inside her vagina.
It's a killer vagina.
She bites penises off.
Watch Knock Knock and then watch Teeth, and it'll all loop in together.
All right.
Right.
Well, we want to thank everybody for watching, and we want to thank Enrique for
Yeah,
coming
for-
on. He's
for
been a
being
great
our
guest.
first guest. Our first guest star.
Thank you guys for having me. It's been great on this show.
No, of course.
And we'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.